Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be telling you exactly how you can go pro in this new season of Fortnite. It's going to be a really fun season, so I hope you're all grinding, and let's get into it. First up guys, you're going to need to choose a drop spot, and the drop you should try and take will depend on you and your duo's playstyles. If you want to key or a more confident team, I would recommend the Raft, as it has the best medallion and potentially the best mythic in the game, shown by Peterbot and Boyo, the back-to-back FNCS champs signed to land there for the Global Championship, which is right around the corner. It's nearly quad con, so this is definitely a great place to go. If you're more of a passive team, try and go somewhere like Brutal Beachhead or Grand Glacier, as you'll usually only be conned by 2 or 3 teams when going there. Once you've decided your drop, you will need to practice it a ton to be able to get the upper hand going into the earlier tournaments of this season. You can practice your drop in ranked unless you're going to the Dome Castle, the Raft or Doomsday, as people are far overconning those places because they want to play in the new POIs. Another, more unknown but also harder method is doing off-spawn 1v1s. Basically, if you have a creator code obtained by getting a certain amount of followers or subscribers on a platform, you can get access to having your own code in the shop and can also host your own custom matches. Then host one of these with just your duo or another duo you know, and all land at the same drop, your drop. Be in a Discord call, as after every match you can exchange tips and strategies for the drop you're landing at. After this, switch to the other duo's drop, or if you're going to the same drop, just land there again. Do this as much as you want, and I guarantee you that you'll make it off spawn 99% of your games. Another thing you want to make sure you do is firstly find a good teammate. Obviously, you can do this in Fortnite, but to be honest, the looking for teammate feature is fully cooked. It's absolutely terrible. For finding an actually good teammate, you need to look in different methods for the level of Fortnite you play at. For beginner players at the 0 to 200 PR mark, you'll need to look in a far larger server, as the more exclusive ones will play too far above your skill levels, such as a server for your entire region. Of course, I'm talking about Discord servers, and if you want to go pro, I'm not even joking, Discord is an absolute necessity. For people at the 200 to 5k PR mark, I would recommend looking in some sort of scrim server. After this, I'll start looking in the higher ranks of the scrim server, and once you pass the 20k PR threshold, start looking on Twitter, as this is probably where you'll find the highest caliber of teammates. Once you do find a duo, if you're fully serious, exchange with each other your schedules, or at least what days you can play, the times, and for how long. This will help you and your new duo be able to plan and work out what days you should be playing scrims, and what days you should be simply playing 1v1s or doing ranked. Another thing you should be doing is trying to learn some of the jetpack techs. This simply means working out exploits, non-bannable ones obviously, and using them to your advantage while others still don't know how to successfully use them. I'll link some people in the description such as Destiny Jesus, who has some excellent jetpack techs, and they're also really simple. But these will help you a lot in the earlier tournaments of the season when no one really knows them. For this season, you'll also want a very, very good friend group along with a good duo. You and your duo don't have to be in the same friend group, but it's a good idea. Finding or creating the right friend group is extremely hard, and you'll likely never find a perfect friend group in your entire Fortnite career, even if you make it to a pro level. Just like in regular life, a group of like-minded people working with each other, or in this case, playing together and discussing ideas, is the absolute best way to improve at a steady pace. Some of you may be asking, how do I find a good friend group? There are a couple ways, but here are some of the best in my opinion. Firstly, go onto Discord. This is the far easier method, but this one isn't as good in my opinion. Here you should be able to create a server and kit it out, just make it look decent. Then, all you have to do is go onto a scrim server and ask around, seeing if anyone would like to join your friend group. Quite a lot of people want to join friend groups, but they can't be bothered to make one. The other option will take far, far longer, but it will be 100 times better. For this, you can need to try out a large amount of duos in scrims and tournaments, and make sure to keep them in your DMs and write their users down somewhere. Then, when you have about 3 to 12 of them, DM them asking if they'd be down to join your friend group. This technique will ensure you have an extremely strong friend group, but for nearly everyone I would recommend the first option. This season is going to be extremely placement heavy, with only 1 point per kill in the duo cash cup opens, so you'll need to grind scrims to be able to make it far in your endgames. With the Champions Road event starting now, you'll want to play as many scrims as possible, whether it just be solo scrims or duos. Any endgame practice will help you on your journey to go pro in the new season. I cannot emphasize how much scrims will help you in your journey, and it's the main thing that separates the best from just your average creative warrior. If you guys do want me to potentially do a video where I show you the best scrim servers for each region, I'll 100% be down to do that. So if you want that, tell me down in the comment section. While we're at it, please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the video and find it helpful, as it helps so much more than you guys can realise, so thank you. You may be asking, instinctive, what else should I be practicing apart from scrims? And to that, I would say you should try and keep it simple, only really doing 3 things apart from what I've already mentioned. Those 4 things should be scrims. Yes, I know I've already said in the last section, shush. Zone wars, 1v1s with better players, and ranked. Zone wars will help you learn how to fight and find refreshes in endgame, and a lot of players started out with grinding zone wars. It's a fairly commonly known fact that 1v1s with better players will help you out, as they're more likely to punish you for the mistakes you make, allowing you to learn a lot more. Ranked will be really good for developing your rotates and game sense, along with giving you some great off-spawn and early to mid-game practice. Finally though, it's not all about what you do on the game. A lot of how well you play will be predetermined by how well you eat, how much sleep you get, how much exercise you do, and how much you get distracted by forms of social media. If you want to go pro, the first thing outside of the game that you can do is try and eat really well, especially coming up to a tournament. It's fairly well known that sugar will give you a huge spike in energy, then have you come crashing down, which isn't something you want to happen in a tournament. I would advise things like energy drinks and definitely gum for tournaments, especially if it helps, but try and limit the amount of sugary stuff. You also want to ensure you get a good amount of sleep, not just before a tournament, but every day in general. This will leave you with more energy and will help morale and concentration tremendously coming into tournaments. You also want to ensure a healthy level of exercise. Nothing insane, but try and do some form of exercise nearly every day. It's completely fine if you can't do this, but try and get some. Your body loves exercise, and although I may be wrong, so don't quote me on this, the adrenaline from your exercise will help you unlock your full concentration and potential in tournaments. Again, don't quote me on this. You also want to limit yourself from getting distracted on other forms of social media, unless it's related to your goal of going pro. Start trying to limit your time on TikTok and even YouTube. I'm not going to say Snap as it's one of the best ways to socialise with mates, but try and stop yourself looking on Snap Spotlight. By limiting yourself on these platforms, you become hyper-focused on Fortnite and you'll limit your distractions. You don't want to be thinking about a random TikToks you just watch in the middle of a fight. And that's it. I wish you all the best of luck on your journey to going pro this season. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll see you in the next video.